doing well. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be a what I eat in a day, or what we eat in a day, because you're here too. And
we eat the same thing.
And we do. And I'm not gonna lie, Cody usually ends up making breakfast and a lot of the meals during quarantine, which I greatly appreciate. So anyway, this morning, you guys already saw that I enjoyed my coffee. That was delightful. I did add collagen today. And yeah, now we're moving on to breakfast. It's definitely not breakfast time because our schedule is all out of whack, but that's okay. We are gonna be making breakfast sandwiches because it's something I guess we really love, and we make these quite often. And I don't think I've ever showed you guys how we do it, and we do actually have a breakfast sandwich maker, which is so flippin' cool and makes this so easy. So what we're gonna do, well, Cody has already made the bacon. Of course, you can do any meat of choice. My favorite thing to use
or no meat at all.
Or no meat at all. However you want to do it. For like bread, we are going to be using the O'Dough's bagels. These are vegan, gluten-free, and they are everything bagels. They're so good. I've mentioned them before. I love them so much. We also have cheese, obviously eggs. I like to add arugula into mine because I love arugula. And then we have a nice avocado on the side. So that's basically all the ingredients. Let's assemble this. Alright, so here is our completed breakfast. We have a side of cherries because they're in season and they taste so good. We did split an avocado. I added everything bagel seasoning to that as well because I always like to have a healthy fat, and avocado is just the best, and I didn't feel like putting it within my sandwich. And then, like we said, we have our breakfast sandwich that we made in the breakfast sandwich maker with arugula, cheese, egg, and bacon, and the everything bagel, and it looks delicious. So that is breakfast. So it's a little while later, and normally this is the time that I would have a second coffee, but to be quite honest with you, I am cramping so badly. I am dying and it hurts a lot, and so I don't want to have more caffeine, and so I'm gonna go for tea even though it's warm out. I'm gonna go with David's Tea Super Ginger. I thought that this could like help maybe settle my stomach a little bit. And then I also pulled out Bark Thins because I want some chocolate. Sometimes if I'm not into a hot tea, especially going into the spring and summer months, I do like to make iced tea. It just takes a little bit longer for it to cool down. Sometimes I'll make big batches of it and keep it in the fridge because it's such a great option if you don't want to have like any like sugar or things like that. It's just like flavored water essentially, and it tastes really good, especially all the flavors that David's Tea has. I personally, not Spawn, I just really like their tea. But anyway, I'm too impatient today, so I'm gonna have the hot cup and just like let it cool a lot. And then yeah, Bark Thins are my snack of choice. If you guys have never had them, I definitely recommend the almond ones, which are these, and then also the pretzel ones, and they just come in bits. This is a very small bit. There's some bigger bits in here too, and it's delicious. That's going to be my little afternoon snack. I might actually have a piece of fruit as well. We picked up some nectarines at the store when we went grocery shopping, and they're so little. So I'll probably have this as well because this seems like, you know, balance. It's all about balance. It is now dinner time. Please excuse the mess behind me, but we just finished making these rice Buddha-ish bowls. I've never made anything like this before, and honestly, I hadn't pulled up my rice cooker in 2 years, so this was kind of interesting, but it's inspired by a bowl that I get at Meat on Main, and I absolutely love it. It's called the Big Yum, and it has like rice, and I think it's like tempeh, which I don't know how to make, and yams and kale and just a lot of really good stuff. But my favorite thing is the dressing, which is a tahini dressing. So I wanted to try making this at home, so I started off with my sweet potatoes. I think they're definitely yams. I like the orange ones better, so I like going with yams. So I just peeled these completely and then cut them into fairly small chunks. That way they roast a little bit faster, and I did have two that were kind of on the verge of going bad, so I wanted to cook them all at once, get them on a pan. I did season that with onion powder and garlic powder and some salt and pepper as well. drizzled that with a little bit of avocado oil, and I stuck that into the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes to cook up. And then moving past that, I did shred some carrots. Obviously you can buy shredded carrots, and I definitely recommend it because it's such a tedious task. And then I also ended up massaging some kale, which is something I've never done, but I thought it would taste good. I squeezed a little bit of lemon and some salt on that, and then I did actually end up putting that on a frying pan just to kind of heat it up. I have no idea if I did any of this right, so who knows, but it seemed like the right thing to do, so that's what I did. And then for the rice, we just used brown rice. You can of course use quinoa or just do this on a lettuce bed or whatever you want. Like I said, I hadn't pulled out my rice cooker in so long, so I kind of forgot how to cook rice, but hopefully this goes well. For the dressing, I did actually grab this recipe from Pinterest, so I will link that down below in case you guys are interested, but basically it consisted of tahini, lemon juice, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, and then I added some salt, and then you can also use however much water you want to make it the consistency you want. If you want like a thinner drizzle dressing type, then just add more water as you go, and then just mix all of that until it's combined. And this does make kind of a lot of the dressing, so either you can, you know, split it between bowls, but you can also put it in the fridge and save it for a later date. And then for the construction of the bowl, I put down the brown rice, added the kale and shredded carrot mixture that I'm still very unsure of, but we're going with it anyway. Added the roasted yams. I also split up an avocado, put that in here, and then added the seasoning or the tahini dressing drizzle on top, topped it with some pumpkin seeds, and then for mine, I did add a little bit of cilantro on top just for fun, really. And that, my friends, is what we made for dinner. I have no idea if it's going to taste good, but I will report back at a later time to let you know our thoughts. Oh, hi, Snake. How are you? All right. So we finished dinner and it was so good. You guys saw I did not have like the most confidence in it just because it is a new recipe to me, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It filled me up quite a bit actually, and I'm really excited to have leftovers tomorrow. The sauce was really good. The only thing I would suggest with that is probably if you don't like, kind of had like a gritty texture almost to it a little bit, and so if you don't like that, I definitely recommend putting it in like a food processor or a blender to blend it up and just get it a little bit smoother. But it didn't bother me and it mixed in really well with everything. Obviously I presented it really nice to show you guys, but then I just like mixed everything together. And then for the kale, the lemon added to the kale was definitely the right move. It tasted really, really good and definitely added a nice like lemony zest to it that I thoroughly enjoyed. And yeah, overall, really enjoyed it. It seemed like a lot of prep, but I feel like if you make enough, you can have it for multiple meals and then you're good to go. I really liked it. Code, did you like it?
Loved it.
You loved it? Snakes, do you love it? Did you love it? Okay. And yeah. Can you not? Also, of course, bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Sometimes I don't mention this, but I am drinking water constantly. There is so much noise happening right now. Guys, I'm trying to talk to the camera. What I was trying to say was I fill up my water bottle probably about 3 to 5 times a day. This is a 40-ounce Hydro Flask and I love it. I use it every single day, obviously. But sometimes I just like don't feel like mentioning my water intake all the time. I know that these are just kind of fun videos, but if you're curious about my water intake, that is that. And my braid curls that I did in my last video, my weekend vlog, have lasted. This is like day 3, so if you guys are wondering about my hair and how I curl it, these are like curls from the last video, so go check that out if you're interested. But they've lasted really well and I'm definitely doing this hairstyle again, so that's a random note for this video, but I thought I'd mention it. 'Tis the end of the night, friends, and this was not my idea.
It's always my idea to get dessert.
Explain yourself.
Explain myself?
Yeah, literally this happens like 3 times a week. Cody after dinner is like, what's for dessert? I'm like, I don't know. So
I got a little bit of a sweet tooth.
A little
Can't
bit.
deny it.
And I mean, I was craving chocolate earlier, and given the time of month,
we ate pretty healthy today.
we did. So we ordered
You got
cake.
proof in the video itself.
Sure.
Proof is in the pudding.
Do you want to tell them what you got?
It's a chocolate explosion cheesecake from Boston Pizzas.
I think it's called Boston's in the States. Anyway, it's so good. Fun fact, I used to work at Boston Pizza. Anyway, it comes with chocolate sauce. It was a little cold, so I'm gonna put it in the microwave, warm it up. Let us know in a comment down below if you have been ordering any dessert via Uber Eats or DoorDash. Let us know what you've been craving and purchasing late at night like us. Okay, now that we have the chocolate sauce on, he is going to try it while I end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing our what I eat in a day. This was obviously a very realistic what I eat in a day because we're not, you know, trying to hide anything, especially not our chocolate cake. And I have been wearing sweatpants all day because that is exactly what quarantine is. So if you guys like this video, then give it a thumbs up because it really helps and supports my channel. And also just lets me know you enjoy these types of videos. Subscribe if you're new. Anything else? I think that's probably it. Oh, okay. Mmm. That's a really big piece. Oh, there's nuts in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's part of the explosion.
All right, that is so decadent. Wow. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye. That's the stuff.